Why are you wearing glasses?
Reading.
Reading? I didn't know you could read.
In Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, Jack Sparrow's line about using human hair was totally improvised by Johnny Depp. The unexpected twist caught his co-stars off guard.
What did he use for rope? Human hair. From my back.
You can even see Orlando Bloom trying not to break while Kevin McNally lets out a real laugh that made it into the final cut. In Apollo 13, when Jack Swigert jokes about forgetting to file his taxes before launch, Clint Howard, playing a mission control tech, throws in a quick comeback.
That's no joke. They'll jump on him.
It was a clever nod to Clint's own real-life IRS troubles, and the improv was so good they kept it in the final cut. In A Knight's Tale, Alan Tudyk scored the role of Watt by making up the entrails line on the spot during his audition. The director loved it so much he cast Tudyk just to keep that moment in the movie.
And I will phone you until your insides are out. Your outsides are in. Your entrails will become your extrails.
In Ghostbusters, the maid's furious outburst wasn't acting, it was real. She was genuinely yelling at the crew after being startled by a much bigger explosion than she was warned about.
The hell are you doing?
In Knives Out, during the chaotic shouting match aimed at Marta, Jaden Martell improvised the now iconic line.
Sex with my grandpa, you dirty anchor baby.
It was nearly drowned out in the noise, until Michael Shannon caught it, told Rian Johnson, and the director loved it so much he reshot it in close-up to lock it into the final cut.
Sex with my grandpa, you dirty anchor baby.
In Monty Python's The Meaning of Life, Michael Palin improvised the moose line right then and there. It didn't quite fit the scene, but it was so hilarious they decided to keep it anyway.
Hey, I didn't eat the moose.
In American Pie, Allison Hannigan's unexpected line when she climbs on top of Jim wasn't in the script. She threw it in during the final take, and it got such a big laugh, they made sure it stayed in the movie.
What's my name? Say my name, bitch!
In Hobbs and Shaw, Idris Elba's villain was originally scripted to call himself the Black James Bond, but since Elba hoped to play Bond someday, he refused and improvised a new line instead.
Look at me. I'm Black Superman.
Come on, squeal! Squeal!
The infamous squeal like a pig line from Deliverance wasn't in the novel or the original script. It was ad-libbed by the actors to make the scene unsettling without using explicit language, and the director chose to keep it in. In Inception, the famous Dream Bigger Darling line wasn't in the original script. Tom Hardy added darling during filming, and Christopher Nolan liked it so much that he kept it in the final cut.
You mustn't be afraid to dream a little bigger, darling.
In Men in Black 2, Will Smith improvised his reply when Agent K asks if the car's autopilot comes standard. The unexpected joke was so clever and funny, they decided to keep it in the final cut.
Does that come standard? Actually, it came with a black dude, but he kept getting pulled over. Yeah.
In Deja Vu, during the scene where the time machine powers up, Adam Goldberg ad-libbed his line.
I need more cowbell!
The improv was so perfect they kept it in, and it became one of the most talked about moments in the entire film.
I need more cowbell!
In Johnny English Strikes Again, during the scene where Volta fires his gun at Johnny, who's protected by a suit of knight armor, Rowan Atkinson improvised a hilarious line right after Volta runs out of bullets and tosses the gun.
Don't worry, he's only got 6 bullets in that thing. And of course the thing itself.
In Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3, the awkward moment where Quill tells Nebula he never noticed how black her eyes were was improvised by Chris Pratt.
Just never noticed how black your eyes were.
James Gunn then crafted Nebula's icy comeback, and Pratt followed up with another off-the-cuff line, making the whole exchange even funnier.
They were replaced by my father as a method of torture.
He picked a pretty set.
In Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Edie McClurg improvised her line about Ferris using a thick Chicago accent. It fit her character so perfectly that the filmmakers decided to keep it in the final cut.
Sportos, motorheads, geeks, sluts, they think he's a righteous dude.
In Deadpool, many of the jokes were improvised, but one of the most iconic is when Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool points out,
"It's funny that I only ever see 2 of you. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford another X-Men."
It was a brilliant nod to the movie's small budget and totally unscripted. Several of Tuco's lines in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly were ad-libbed by Eli Wallach. One of the most iconic happened during the bathtub scene, where he shoots an assassin mid-monologue and says,
When you have to shoot, don't talk.
In Jaws, the iconic boat line wasn't in the script. Roy Scheider improvised it on the spot, and both the book's author and the screenwriter later admitted they wished they'd written it themselves.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
In Aliens, Bill Paxton improvised the legendary game over line in a moment of sheer panic. It wasn't in the script, but it became one of the most quoted lines in a film already full of iconic dialogue.
Game over, man. It's game over.
In Shark Attack 3, John Barrowman ad-libbed that now infamous and outrageous line just to crack up his co-star. Somehow it made it into the final cut anyway.
What do you say I take you home and eat your pussy?
Marty Feldman's brilliant performance as Igor the Hunchback in Young Frankenstein gave us one of Mel Brooks's most unforgettable characters. But did you know the iconic "wasn't that hump on the other side" moment was completely improvised?
Perhaps I could help you with that hump. What hump?
In The Adam Project, Ryan Reynolds came up with several hilarious lines on the spot, especially in the scenes where adult Adam talks to his younger self. One standout is when he jokes about how hard it is for young Adam to grasp the meaning of classified.
When I say classified, what does your brain hear? Chocolate?
In Tootsie, Bill Murray was told to improvise as if he'd been chatting at a table all night. He nailed it. Many of his off-the-cuff lines ended up being some of the film's funniest moments.
I wish I had a theater that was only open when it rained.
Richard Castellano partly improvised the now iconic cannoli line in The Godfather. The script included the gun, but the bit about the cannoli was all his idea.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
In All the President's Men, Robert Redford was on the phone with someone speaking Spanish when he accidentally asked,
You guys speak English? Or you guys speak Spanish?
The slip-up fit the frantic tone of the scene so perfectly that the director decided to keep it in the final cut.
You guys speak Spanish?
In Don't Look Up, Jonah Hill improvised his line in the post-credit scene where he talks to the camera.
I'm the last man on Earth. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Director Adam McKay filmed it in just one take, thinking Hill nailed it right away. In My Big Fat Greek Wedding, Andrea Martin blanked on her line. Thinking fast, she walked over to Ian and began massaging his shoulders.
Let me touch your hair.
It was so hilarious and fit her role perfectly, they decided to leave it in the film. In Ghostbusters, while filming the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man scene, the actor accidentally stepped on a model church. With no time or money to rebuild it, they kept the shot, and later added Bill Murray's now iconic line to explain the slip.
Nobody steps on a church in my town!
In Training Day, Denzel Washington suddenly yelled during the diner scene to jolt Ethan Hawke. The outburst wasn't planned, and Hawke's startled reaction was totally genuine.
It's real quiet.
Boom!
You never know, that's the point.
In Bringing Up Baby, when Cary Grant's character is caught wearing a frilly nightgown and boots, he leaps into the air and shouts,
Went gay all of a sudden!
The line wasn't in the script. Grant reportedly made it up on the spot. Back then, gay mostly meant carefree or eccentric, but the double meaning gives the scene even more impact today.
Went gay all of a sudden!
Jim Carrey ad-libbed many of the funniest lines in Dumb and Dumber. One perfect example is when he was leaving the hotel bar. Originally, there was no line written there, but he improvised by glancing at a framed 1969 newspaper and saying a hilarious one-liner on the spot.
No way! That's great!
We landed on the moon!
While filming the scene where Forrest meets Bubba in Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks spontaneously copied Bubba's introduction and came up with that line on the fly.
My name's Forrest Gump. People call me Forrest Gump.
One of the simplest yet most memorable ad-libs in the entire Harry Potter series came from Tom Felton. When Draco spots the suspicious sight of Goyle wearing glasses, legend has it Felton forgot his next line. So he improvised this now iconic moment on the spot.
Why are you wearing glasses?
Reading.
Reading? I didn't know you could read.
In the horror action movie They Live, Roddy Piper delivered a cult favorite line when he storms into a bank to confront aliens hidden among humans. He says a now iconic phrase that fans still quote today.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Piper later revealed that the director gave him full freedom to improvise, and that even he couldn't quite explain what the line meant.